Resentencing of the Menendez boys. It's just around the corner. Article in People magazine today. People magazine has covered the case more than any other, I think, publication in the U.S. And the district attorney has again stated, look, I think they've been in jail for long enough. I think both boys were abused. Some people in my office don't believe it, he said, but I do. We have new evidence, which we've heard about. And he said, we're going to move forward with this. He said, it's not up to me, it's up to the judge, but I'm just offering my opinion. Oh, it's great. They're out. 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 You know, maybe I'll, see Erik again. But, in real time, in real life, and really free. It was so strange when I started following the case. I'd seen them in the press having, done the crime. And then a few years later, the abuse came out in prison. That's when I really started paying attention, like so many other people. And I decided to write Erik at around that time. And in the first letter that I sent him, I have a letter right here. It's just me telling Erik that I was there for him. He was only 22 at that point when I wrote the letter, and he'd been in prison for 4 very important developmental years. And I think, this guy needs a bit of guidance, not just from a defense team, but for someone who cares. Because he, killed Kitty and Jose. And I thought he might enjoy knowing that, he had fans. I asked him whether or not he had a tennis partner in prison, if he'd found someone. And I lied to him a little bit about myself, and I told him I was at university, a little bit older at that time, just so he felt like we were peers, and I was just some creepy old, gay, cruising him through correspondence. I told him I spoke French. I was studying French. I spoke fluently. And I assured him that a lot of people on the outside, quote unquote, I use that term, prison term, understood his pain. And if he ever needed a friend, he should call on me. And I signed it, Bonjour, Alan Drake. Of course, I didn't leave my real name. This guy might be a psycho. I didn't know what was going to happen. I never thought I'd hear any response at all. I expected some sort of form letter, from the prison saying, blah, 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 Erik, got your letter, thanks for that, and he's in LA and he's depressed. But that's not what happened. A few months, like 2 months later, here's the letter right here. He sent me a letter that said exactly this. Dear Alan, this is from Erik. Sorry I haven't responded to your letter until now, but busy isn't the word for what I've been, exclamation point. Anyway, it's nice to hear from you, and keep in touch. Thanks. Erik M. I read it aloud so many times. I turned the page over. There's nothing on the back. I'm looking at it right now. Busy isn't the word for what I've been. It's quite a light take on his situation. At first I thought it was a joke. Like it was, haha, just kidding. And then the depth of the letter would proceed. But that was it. I had a pen pal who was taking our relationship casually, even though his circumstances were so dire. I thought he'd need to talk, need to open up, need to say what he was going through. And instead, I was the crazy one. I'll read you more letters in the future. There are more. And I'll talk about my visit, and then we'll cover Dr. Oziel. I'm still looking for that footage. I found the director of the segments we did for the BBC, and I will show you what happened there too. Bye.